At the meeting. Bonnie's got the minutes from the last meeting, but she hasn't been typing them out, so we'll get that done, and Mike, we can maybe set that up for us sometime to type the minutes up again.
Well, yes, the city clerk and who's going.
Okay,
And
all right. Mike, I know you got a lot, so you want to start off?
I'm assuming everyone, Diana sent everyone a copy of the August results.
Yeah.
I think they speak for themselves. I think right now, when you look at the results, Valley View is in the trend of helping, really making a comeback. I'm happy to report, as of last week, Hank, correct me if I'm wrong, we hit the $400,000 revenue mark.
100% true. I want to 413.
So,
I think maybe you gotta talk a little louder.
Yeah, 413. Right after yesterday, I think we were 413,000.
so that's been, we, along with the golfing community as a whole, have participated in the resurgence of golf. And what's so gratifying is that, and it's funny because I was watching the US Open last week, and they basically had said where they feel like 10 million.
I just wanted to say that he's doing a wonderful job. I'm very impressed with you. And I love the parking lot, and I love what's going on up there.
Mayor, this wouldn't happen if we didn't have your support.
I understand, but the bottom line is,
Everyone knows
we're
that.
not we kind of come together.
Absolutely.
That's the key. Even you, Ronnie, sometimes. Sometimes, not too often.
What about me?
Small time.
And I will say for the record, my left-hand man over here is one of the reasons why our revenues are up. He's made some fabulous suggestions to me from his wealth of knowledge that really increased our revenues.
Let's have a surplus so we can do something more next year.
Well, we got a big
Working on that.
surplus.
I'll give it back to you, Jim.
So at this stage of the game, we're noticing a younger clientele, women participating, couples participating. The baseball player, Ed, that you referred to is coming out in droves. And they're wondering why they didn't take this up a long time ago. So we feel Valley View is in a position to capitalize on that. I can't say enough about what this gentleman, the mayor, Control Morehouse, has done for us up there. That parking lot and the extension of our Hearts parking lot and the pathways up there have changed. And when I say changed, has changed the outlook, and Tony could back me on this. The players up there now are excited.
Correct.
They're excited. They see that there is this bond between City Hall and the golf folks. And finally they realize that what we've all are trying to aim and shoot for, having a very successful and prosperous golf course, it can happen. It can happen. I think I can personally say I had tremendous support from the board. I drive Tony crazy. I don't know what I would do without him. I go with a problem to Tony. He takes care of it. John, thank you very much for all you do. But like I said before, the man that greases the wheels is sitting right here on my left-hand side, Mr. Fergo. His suggestion for us to get the extra carts, the extra 20 carts, has paid out in spades. Spades. Without those carts, we'd be dead in water. So if you have any questions on the budgeted numbers, let me know. And I'll see if I can answer them. And I think what's so impressive is if you look at the expense numbers, even though the hourly rates went up this year and $10,000 extra for the carts, we kept expenses in line. And that has to do with Tim and his father doing the work of 10 people, Hank doing the work of 20 people, and my guys up there helping out, pitching out every which way. Andy and Joe Briggs and Michael's Loom and Ari, they've been great. And thanks to John over here, the board chairman, who's up there constantly perusing, Tony, giving suggestions and helping me out every which way. It's just been a great year. Now, that leads me into the next.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Just for a second?
Yep.
Now, so what it looks to me like is that the, daily greens fees, which I think in the prior year was also, some was under special events,
Yeah, it's all good.
but it's now combined into the one line since this year.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so, at least I think it is. So that looks like it's up like 100 grand. So people are paying the greens fees and don't seem to care about the membership.
No,
Is that true?
no. The greens fees now are incorporated. It comes under a broad umbrella. The new software system that was installed up there, green fees is a big, it also includes cart fees.
Oh,
uh,
why would it include cart fees?
Well, the way it's displayed on the system, when someone comes in and pays for a cart and green fee all in one, it came under the green fee situation, 18 hole or 9 hole, 22 or the 38. One of the things that we, like I said before, with the new software system, we're working on the kinks on it. That's one of the kinks we're gonna work out to get the green fee more in line with a true green fee instead of a combination green fee. That's why that line is so far
Okay,
up. So it's not a true green fee price.
and my other comment is that, it seems that no cash works.
Yeah,
So I'll just leave it at that. No reason to change that. Anytime. Okay,
Anybody showed up, tried to pay cash, and then you gotta send them to an ATM somewhere?
There's no ATMs allowed.
I don't mean on your place, but if you send them, go down to the mall or go wherever.
They use, every time they have somebody in the group will take their cash and give us their credit card to pay for the two people instead of one. We never had one instance where they walked out, back down the hill and went home.
There's a lot of aggravation.
A lot of it.
then they play double or nothing.
Most of the kids don't know what cash is anymore anyway, 30 and under. They don't know what cash is.
And last year, a lot of our green fees and cards came under that special event because we had a $30 special that they used last year, most of the summer after the rainy spring and the
Right.
fall. But this year, we're using the coronavirus as our reason why we did not have a special all year long. Because we have single cards and it cost us a lot more and we're not able to afford any specials, and nobody's had a problem with it. Nobody said they could be crazy charging that much. She said that.
Speaking of the cashless thing, I know the young, if you talk to young people, and I don't know how it works, but they got a thing on their phone,
Apple or something.
it's something, and then when they go through the drive-in at the
Yeah.
restaurant, or whatever, they show it, and then it's not even the credit card anymore.
We have that Apple Pay on
Really?
our terminal.
A lot of people use that,
No.
maybe they don't know about it.
We thought it's right on the door, but all the other, we take, Discover, American, we don't take American. Discover, MasterCard, Visa, and it's got Apple Pay right on the door.
We're hearing from our guys too, from Joe Briggs and Artie Coriel and Michael Zaloon and the guys up there that are taking the fees in, they like the credit card. They're not shuffling and cash and all that. I mean, it's just been.
How you doing?
Enormous. So, it's been very efficient for us. I apologize, I'm not done with the clubhouse yet. I thought for sure I'd have some rainy days, to work on the inside of the clubhouse. We had not. So, it's coming though. It's looking much better, right? Tony, what would you think? Perfect. It's coming. I thought I had a line on a bay window, but that fell through. I went to go take a look at it and it was all rotted out. So we'd like to get a window in that one corner I was showing Tony, because once we are located in the back of the pro shop, you can't see out that whole right side is blind to you. So we need to put a window there, so that we can monitor the traffic all around the clubhouse. So, I'm trying to locate a good used one from a demolition, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So I'm pricing out, some windows right now, and I'd like to get that in if possible, if I can get a decent price. That's it for me right now. We can get into the rates. I had Hank draw me up something over here, and we can talk about that. I think I agree with what Hank is trying to convey over here. I think he knows the golfers better than any of us. And even though, like I said, we're seeing a lot more new faces nowadays, where he asks me who's that, and I'll ask him who's that, and there's just a lot of new faces coming up right now. But if we are going to kick this golf course up a notch or so, we're going to have to do something on the revenue side.
Sorry, later,
Charging for it? I mean, charging for it, does a $50, $100, this is. I've been told by 3 different golf course owners now, they said, thank you for the free reciprocal. The $100 or $50, remember there, and then $50, right? Is that true? So $50.
Well, if
You remember somewhere else?
you belong to a league or you belong to somewhere else, you just getting them in, but we want,
Great, just give me a free reciprocal.
what we're doing is,
You guys are crazy.
if it's a one-way reciprocal, it's not a two-way reciprocal.
Yeah, but it's-
We're not giving them our.
No, but they can send somebody.
We're not giving them our. But they're also gonna, the new thing that I wrote up was gonna have $100 membership, but the person would have to pay $14 instead of $12 for 9 holes, and the person playing 18 holes would have to pay $25 instead of $22 for 18 holes.
Let me say something about, because I've changed my opinion on these reciprocals. And it really came to light this year that we don't have tournaments, but other courses have tournaments. Those reciprocals brought us some big money this year. I really think now that I'd rather get some slice of the pie than no slice of the pie. And we had a bunch of people, just this past weekend, come from another golf course that we would not have on any other day. And we had a booming day revenue-wise, booming day. And 1/3 of that, maybe 1/4 of it, was because of the receipt.
And people think they'd ever come back?
Well, here's what I'm finding out. They love the course, and they're taking out memberships. We are up to 365 members. Last year you did 2 what? What'd you do last year, Hank? They're from other courses that want to come up and play more at Valley View. Like I said, this kid over here with his father had
No, small, but
small memberships.
let's face it, another, $100 or $50. But let me tell you, if you got a reciprocal, say you belong to Crestwood, you got a reciprocal with 10 different golf courses, and you're not gonna pay $25 at any of those golf courses when you go there. You're gonna pay $18 to $20 or $16 to pay for your card. That's what a reciprocal is. So we're gonna get $100 plus $25 a person. So I don't understand why a reciprocal is, if you call it a reciprocal.
No, they just, when they're busy with their outings, they just tell people, how cheap it is here, why don't you just pay the $50 and you go there when it's, he says, you just rip off, you just take the money from the city.
How do you verify everyone's a member of another course?
We ask for their card, and we don't know, most of them, they're not that far widespread, that we don't know.
I mean, what I'm trying to say also is, I mean, I'm looking at all these courses for membership, full membership rates. They don't do this, and their memberships keep going up and up and up, without having to do this $100, I mean, the number of members.
And what do they have?
Heron Creek just went up 112 members.
What do they have to offer? What do we
Utica
have
needs
to,
60 members here.
what do we have to
Members
offer
this year.
Oh, sure, because
This year's a
You
huge
know, you gotta pay for it.
A card fee, how many people are gonna come and play here and not rent a car? Almost nobody. So just make it pay cards, like, okay, well, that's all you gotta do, I mean, it's crazy.
We had at least 40 people from another club this past weekend. We would have never seen them before, and they paid $22
Wouldn't it get?
times 40
How do we know we wouldn't have seen them before?
because they don't belong to our,
So then they might come and pay a daily.
they don't want to belong to our club, they want to belong to
I'm
somebody
saying
else's.
they come and pay a daily greens fee for $36.
I don't think they're gonna come and pay daily
They'll go to
fees.
all the different.
Oh, they would have to go to somewhere else and pay.
Why would they pay daily greens fee when you can
They
get
would
a
have to go
number here for
somewhere else to pay it.
No, they're gonna get their golfing in at a reduced rate, so they're coming to see us, so we're grabbing it. They may not even play that day. They gotta go play a greens fees and a card.
I'll never pay.
The place has been jammed, like the amount of rounds,
Yeah,
the
the
amount
money's-
of play this golf course.
Somebody's proven us right.
is-
Yeah.
And that's why, you know,
We were
know how many
closed April and
rounds
half of May.
is important.
We were closed April and half of May. April and half of May, we were
How many
closed.
rain days did we have last year?
57.
How many do we have this year?
Wow.
3.
Okay, so that's 47 days
It
in
makes
May
up
from
for
last
that.
year. That's
I'm
huge.
just talking to the owner of the golf course, too. Just getting, I mean, I'm not giving them anything, but I'm asking what, how they're doing.
You know, but if they got a reciprocal with 10 to 8 different golf courses.
They're talking about memberships, I'm talking about.
We're not getting numbers. We got nothing else to offer. We got a golf course. We got a very fine golf
Can't
course.
offer anything this year, though.
We can't
couldn't even go
offer
to
it any year.
You can't go
Any
in
year
front
we
of
couldn't
us.
offer it. We couldn't offer it any year.
We don't make money, that's why. And then like, so this is the point I'm trying to make. My staff was
Way,
minimal, I mean, beyond minimal this year. That I have, what we spent last year, Porter Express with our staff. And we lost Brownie this year, and basically Louis worked like a month before he went out. So last year we were billed through Express with Brownie for $24,600. We didn't have them this year. And Louis last year, $9,500, which probably the kid we hired a month ago probably is gonna make about the same as what Louis was billed last year. So we spent $25,000 less on the grounds crew this year. Actually, we lost another part-timer last year, that's another $2,300. So you can say we've spent $27,000 less dollars maintaining the golf course with our staff this year than we did last year, and that's just not sustainable. Like, we seriously ran around like chickens with our heads cut off.
Yeah, I don't know
We're
how
not
you
doing it
did
again.
it. I don't know how you did it. I really don't.
We're not doing it again next year. Like, we did it because of COVID. We thought we might not even be able to open the course. You know, we charged through, we did it, we're towards the end of the year.
I mean.
But we're not doing it again next year.
A little more money than $100. Need something where you can make some money from it. $100 to me is a joke.
What if the person plays 75 times there? How much is he paying then? $25.
How many people-
60 times.
How many people play 75
They're
times?
doing that at the golf courses.
How many though? Like, that's what we
You're
need to know.
22, right?
We have to go through all the records.
You said you're 22 for the card.
Well, we wanna go to 25.
And there are 20 Rome Country Clubs on every other day.
But let me tell you, I'm still going back to the reciprocal. They take Valley View's giving them reciprocal. These people are paying $100 plus $25 if they go up to that rate.
No, they're just saying.
But how about their reciprocal they got? They can go to the other doctors and pay $20 or $15, $18 for a card. They got a reciprocal with them.
Most of them, I know it's 25, yeah.
And not pay a penny extra.
So who has a reciprocal?
Reciprocals don't pay anything.
No,
except for
they-
cards.
they pay a fee.
That's what I'm saying, $16, $18, $20.
Well, it's never, the $16 days are gone.
Most of them are
There's not a
20.
golf course anywhere.
Most of them now.
So the Genesis is 22, we're 22. You know, we're all 22, that's pretty much the number, okay? So that's the number. So, you know, the reciprocals are basically you go to another place and you just pay the card.
So our reciprocals are everybody if they want to pay $50 at the end of social.
I
You want to pay $50 at the end of social, yeah.
You know, people on the golf course,
They pay 25
Not as many as we had this year with this
we
little
got
money.
about $15,000 members.
plus the card?
No, that's what they're.
Where are you gonna get people
I just hear that.
Well,
The course was jammed this year. It was so jammed.
I mean, like I said.
Every golf course is jammed. Every golf course is
And
jammed.
how much money did every other golf
People
course
that
make
were in
this
the
time?
ready to lock their doors 2 years ago, a year ago, are all flush this year. Everybody's flush, their pockets are full.
Well, we have a different year. I mean, I don't know that this is gonna repeat itself.
Right.
The weather was great and.
We had great weather and nothing, with people with nothing else to do.
They had people, right, they weren't working
You got a lot of young people taking up golf, and playing golf, and they'll enjoy it. They come back a lot.
Because they have nothing else to do.
Exactly. But they're not.
But we're assuming they're gonna come back next year, but we don't know.
Think team sports are gonna take off ever again? I doubt it. Team sports?
I wish it will.
But anyway, okay, well, I mean,
I just,
as a side, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the FPL
if you're
membership.
gonna do a mandatory card fee, then you take a reasonable amount
It is
for membership.
It is mandatory.
No, but a reasonable, more than $100.
We raised it to 150, lost 2/3 of them about 3-4 years ago. Tony
Yeah,
O'Mara.
so we raised it,
It's a joke.
we raised it $25 and they all got mad.
How are you
Where'd they
gonna
go?
pay for
Syracuse is charging, Syracuse is charging $45.
And guess what? Crestwood raised the rates on, and they're doing great.
Through the
Well,
place.
come aid to go to Crestwood, where they left here over $25. So you figure that out.
Before we talk about,
They can't.
no, before we have that conversation, we need to know what everybody else is charging.
Yeah.
Now, we know Twin Pines is giving it away.
Well, yeah, no,
I don't know what time,
Stonebridge is giving it away.
Stonebridge, are they giving it away too?
no.
Okay, and what about the guy in Frankfurt?
Pine Hills.
Pine Hills.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I mean, I guess our competition would be Stonebridge and Twin Pines, I guess, right?
Newport doesn't give it away.
We should be looking for the
Crestwood doesn't
competition
give it
with.
away.
Crestwood.
I understand, that's what I'm asking.
We should be looking for, to compete with the bigger boys. We can, because we got we haven't got a facility there this year. We got a golf course.
Yeah.
We didn't have a pro shop, we didn't have nothing. You couldn't get a hot dog, you couldn't get a soda, you couldn't get anything.
Yep.
And we still were able to get the people to come to Valley View. This guy worked his ass off, and he worked his ass off with using his head and using his brains and, his brawn and everything. He day and night, trust me. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even think about being here.
How do you guys figure how to pay for my staff next year? That's what I'm asking. I don't hear an answer to it.
We're gonna have
We're not working with two guys again.
we're gonna have an increase of about $50,000 according to these new rates we come up with. We probably, in a cash system, not an accrual system, for the accrual I owe you. A cash system, we're probably gonna have $100,000 surplus this year, or close to it. Right, Mike? Figure right in that area. So that means we're doing things right for a public, municipally owned city golf course.
Tim,
You can't compete with people in business.
nobody's,
But there's just there's no solution to how to pay for a staff that I actually need,
we never said, no, you couldn't hire this guy or hire that guy. We wanted you to hire more guys. Nobody said you couldn't.
They can't pay for it.
That's what I'm saying, we can't.
You had the
Last year, we
line,
lost money when we had Brown.
Last
You
year
had the
was a
line.
disaster with the golf business. It was a complete disaster. You started golf.
This year was a powerhouse here, right?
You started golf in
With
the middle of
the
June.
weather and with the situation with COVID.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't earn more money than we did this year. I'm just gonna say, there's no way we could have pumped out more golf this year. No. And what are we gonna bring in the revenue? 440 maybe tops, I'm guessing.
Without a clubhouse, the other golf courses count their clubhouse, they count their restaurant, they count their snack bar, they count everything into their revenue. We have none of that whatsoever involved with us.
No.
Now, one penny do we get out of that? The city gets all the money that clubhouse generates, which is fine, it's their building.
We don't buy new equipment, we have a small staff, we spend next to nothing on fertilizer and chemicals, so the improvements.
all you gotta do is put it in
golf course.
if you want equipment, you put it in the equipment line.
We're not gonna have money, that's what I'm saying.
We're gonna have money next
We're
year.
gonna have $100,000 this year's budget.
We're gonna make the same amount of revenue next year as this year, you think?
I think so. If you have raised the rates somewhat and keep it reasonable and don't get the poison from acting up by keeping, I would say, grandfather all the, members from 2020 in at their same price and have a rate increase in all the different categories, I think you can make at least $50,000 to $75,000, probably more than this year. Unless golf goes kaput again, then what are you gonna do? It goes kaput. Like it was going down the.
The course should be saving money for an irrigation system. at least something, whether you think we're gonna get 1.5 million from a grant to pay for an irrigation system,
No.
probably not.
No.
It would be nice to be able to maybe contribute to that, maybe we'd have a shot. But we need, it's
Go
60
to
years old.
Go to Syracuse and Rochester, see what they're doing, go. $25, $24, $28, they got coupons, they come there for $15, $16.
Yeah, at twilight,
With the cart.
at slow
During the
times.
day, in the morning, weekday mornings.
Weekend mornings, they're.
Weekday mornings, they just.
What about weekend though? That's.
Oh,
the thing,
weekend
got
mornings,
weekend.
no. Weekend mornings, no.
We're
They're not gonna
getting
group on some
$22 a
weekend mornings.
person on weekend mornings, when other courses are getting 40. That's what's crushing us.
Well, guess what? We never sent one person back down the hill and tell them you can't play. It's too busy. Now, one time, the one person went back down that hill saying, you can't get on this golf course with too busy. Who was gonna pay the full rate? We had those mixed in there with that small membership and the cart fee only.
That's great. But not saying, we pumped out golf, that's good this year, but I'm saying we have to figure out a way to get the most money out of that golf that we're.
Well, you gotta offer more than a golf course. You just can't offer them a golf course. The golf course is, it's not beyond a dime, it's not huge.
I hear you, but I also am hearing that we had a tremendous increase in rounds. So they weren't coming for the burger.
No, they were
So
coming.
that doesn't matter, in my
Well,
opinion.
the weather helped a lot.
I mean, it's nice to have a place to go, but it didn't matter this year.
No,
So what makes you think it's gonna matter next year?
what do you, I'm missing the point.
Well,
Nobody
you're
can get a
saying
burger
that these
here.
people are, they're all, you know, because
we don't have a
we didn't
public.
have anything, they're not gonna show up. I think they are.
Oh, in the long
So
run.
why can't
in
we
the long
raise the
run,
fees?
Coronavirus.
I think we
comes
should
to
raise
that.
the fees.
Yes, in the long run, you're gonna have to have more than just a golf course. This year, you got away with just a golf course.
Right.
You got away with it this year. I'm not saying you're not gonna get away, but that's why I said you gotta have more improvements to make more of a golf facility instead of a golf course. You can't do it with a golf course only. Unless you got Cayuga, or the casino, whatever they call that place. Zunio, Canoa, and those places.
They're cost plus operations anyways, I mean, they're losing.
Casinos, you can't compare that. They don't need the money, they don't make the money on a golf
That's
course.
what,
It is.
and then with their membership rate, I mean, they take out the thing, but there's $1,000 difference between having a pump house and not,
What's Heron charge for their membership?
right? It's, oh geez, I just paid for the couple, 620,
That's 9 holes, right?
9 holes. 420, I think, for a single.
$420 for a single, 9 holes, and
And you pay for your card. You know, and then you pay.
you pay for your card.
I know Newport's $650, I think, for membership, and you pay for your card.
They have, now I believe 408 members on an annual golf course.
We charge $1,025 for a green fee in the cart for the whole year. And guess what? We got about 10, 12. We got 12 of them. Where do you think that they're going? They're not gonna come from those courses to come to Valley View. Come for $1,025 or $1,075 is the highest rate. Are they knocking the
My
doors?
point
down
is
to
not
get
the $1,000 member, my point is the $50 member.
I think, well, the $50 member is very few.
Okay, can I tell you one suggestion that this is how, when, at a country club, when you raise rates, you raise dues on members, you usually go to the membership and explain to them why you need to increase the rates. And they usually, most of them, 90% of them have a good understanding of why you need to increase the rates.
Yeah, but you got a whole different client.
It doesn't matter, have we made the attempt to tell people, hey, Tim's staff was 2 this year? He needs to have a bigger staff. You can't,
We never told you you couldn't have a bigger staff.
$25.
I know, I'm just saying, people probably don't even know.
They had a common council
They don't
chamber.
know. Nobody knows. There's no newsletter to members. There's
Well,
no.
they're owners. Members are owners of those clubs. They're owners. They own the club.
The board runs the.
The board runs it, but the owners vote the board in, and they're part owners of the golf course.
No, they're not. They're just members.
This is members.
They don't own it.
Well, it's not owned by, for a certain individual, like Utica, it's not
It's owned by a
an individual.
corporation.
Yeah, Utica Corporation, owned by the members.
So I'm just saying, we usually communicate with the membership if you're gonna do something.
All right, to your point, because I've listened to you now. Okay, to your point. I've given you nothing but you and your father, great compliments. And people up there expect the rates are gonna be raised. You know why? Because I tell them we need to make improvements on the golf course. They see how you and your father are working their butts off. they understand that we need to raise the rates to get you the necessary equipment and the manpower that you need. Please don't tell me that people don't know and don't understand.
I'm just
Because
saying,
they
there's
do.
not, hasn't been
You
before.
have made a great name and reputation for yourself. The Greens are in great shape. They see what you're doing and they understand. People already has asked me, how much are the rates going up next year? Because they know we want to do this, we know we want to do that, we know we want. It's just a matter of this board and us getting together to see where those rates are going to be. You have done an outstanding job, and you weren't here, but one of the reasons why our expense line is down is because of you and your dad.
Yeah.
You didn't hear me say that.
I'm not arguing with you, I'm just
But
telling you
people
the
are,
facts.
no, Tim, you need help.
Yeah.
No, more than some. Our regular golfers up there, no, they see you and they like what you're doing. We're gonna raise the rate so that you can have the equipment. I've been behind getting equipment for you from the day I started. Anything I can get for you, I have not denied you anything.
I'm not
I'm
saying
trying
that.
to get you the best equipment and the best manpower, but we're gonna need to do something with, this is just a proposal. So let's discuss the proposal, because right now people know we're on the right track, and it's gonna mean a little bit of a rate increase in the structure on how we're gonna handle memberships going forward, so.
I feel like if I just sit here and don't say anything.
No, we don't want
it's
you to
taken
say
for
anything, but I
granted.
want you to know how much we
I
appreciate it.
wanted to get my point across
Yeah.
about how little money
Okay.
we do spend.
We appreciate what you and your father doing. You guys are doing the work of 6 guys. And we see that, and that's one of the reasons why we think we can have a shot at increasing the membership, just a proposal.
Yeah.
You guys have more expertise on the other courses and stuff like that. I don't. I'm there at Valley View 24/7. So this is just a proposal. If we can go with a higher membership and you feel it's gonna fly, go for it. Do it. But I just want everyone to know how much I appreciate what this man and his father are doing. And people up there appreciate that also.
Thanks, Mike. Are we gonna do anything with the rates, talk about that now, or?
Well, we can, at least, it's on the table, we can,
Well, do we have copies? Can we see what they are?
think about it, and maybe by the next meeting,
Tell us what they are.
Yeah, it'd be sure it's like $3.
this is just a preliminary, but like I said, lot of interest from people from other golf courses, and one of the goals that we set when we took this job, we don't expect everybody to come up Valley View all the time, but we want to be in people's minds. So they may play Yanni one day, may play Stonebridge another day. Let's play the View. Let's play Valley View, and that's what we're getting now. We're asking the players who was at Cannon Valley. You know what I'm saying? But Valley View now is on people's minds. That's a huge step for us. At least that's what I feel. That we are now in their minds.
Well, I know because of all the stuff that's going on, even in Crete. The range has been busier, and I've told people about here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting phone calls,
Absolutely.
just go hit balls at the range, like, what are your hours, you need to reserve to keep that.
Yeah,
Oh, then come up here.
This young man right over here has a fabulous reputation. I mean, people come from all around, and give my compliments to Scott. Well, it's Tim. Oh, yeah, give him. Tremendous. But we gotta kick it up a notch. One of the reasons why I took this job is I'm not just satisfied with a golf course, and everybody knows that. Now, we've had people come in from Central New York. Who was that group from? Was it Rochester, or we got people coming in from Albany, groups of 12, 16. And when they come in, there's nothing they want to come and enjoy themselves afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to Hank, oh my God. I mean, I just feel so terrible. We got a golf course and we're sending them down the block
I
to
agree with
Daniel
that,
or
yeah.
something like that. We really need to look at a full Valley View Country Club scenario, okay? This is the goal. We won't need the city for anything. We can raise the revenue if we expand our box here a little bit, and not just the golf course, but another area, like we've talked about, Ronnie, in the past, attaching something that, now that the golf course is cleaned up and open, that is a phenomenal suggestion,
What
phenomenal.
about, we talked about that, what about, the Leading Clubhouse has been closed all summer. So, let's see, I gotta put this together. You think maybe the city can sublease it from Jeff?
Well, that's when I
I mean,
referred to contractual
really,
items.
come on, it's sitting there doing nothing.
We have options. We have a great landlord there in Jeff Daniels. He does a phenomenal job. His hands were tied this year because of the
tenant, not the landlord.
or tenant rather, I should say. We want to sit down and we want to see what we can do to expand the facility so that we can get what we want and work alongside our tenants there so that we can have the facility, because right now, we've talked to a lot of our golfers and the new golfers coming in. We gave them what we talked about. Ronnie, it's going over like gangbusters. Yeah. Going over like gangbusters. Yeah. That would be taking the Valley View to a Valley View Country Club setting. So,
if we can get Jeff's intentions to know what he's doing there, because obviously if this is gonna stay the way it is, then, we'll take it.
But we're gonna, we'll talk, but we gotta, as a board, I have to know that the board is behind. If I start reaching out and, I gotta know that the board is gonna be behind us in what we wanna do. And if we go with the Valley View Country Club theme, I wanna beautify that whole front. I keep telling Tim that when he wants to go out there and do nice things with the tee box and stuff like that, but he can't do it now.
What is your plan to do for this? I mean, what are you talking about doing for the clubhouse now? What are you thinking? I thought you were talking about building one, but.
Well, we were talking about building one, but if we got an empty one sitting right next there.
Right.
It doesn't, he's not operating.
He is now.
I mean, but
Is the restaurant open? He's only doing parties.
He had a few.
COVID, I mean.
Never was open upstairs for the golf.
Pardon me?
Never was open upstairs for the golf.
Okay.
It was never open for dinner, period, except for his parties under 50 people.
Yeah, not this year. Right? This is COVID.
No.
Wednesday through last year.
2023.
In 2019,
Yes.
but 2020,
No, you couldn't.
it's been closed.
Right.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Well, no, you can open now.
Now,
He just chose not to.
right, now.
Because you can't put as many people in.
I think it's like 50% capacity.
Yeah.
Right, and he said he doesn't want to do that.
No, you won't make ground and break even.
All right, what I'm saying is that if, I don't know what his intent is for next year.
That's why they know, right, so what your idea was, I mean, you thinking he might even take over the whole thing again like he used to do? Or-
I think we're trying to get him.
Not the whole thing, no. Because I can't say right now exactly what because that would have to be under contract negotiation or something
Yeah,
about
and
it.
then just the idea.
We need to use that facility better.
Yes.
So that the golf course is enhanced.
Yes.
When I say thousands and thousands of dollars could be made with the right facility there,
Sure.
I'm only exaggerating, but no, I'm not exaggerating. We could make some serious money and give him his water fairways and the staff that this man needs.
But I think him opening up for lunches, South breakfast lunches, 6 days a week. To see if he would cooperate with doing that, if he could draw people from this city, would go up there. They're not gonna come to the Sac Park to go to one outside golf course. Most of the golfers want to go down there for the reputation that built up over the years. But, he could get him, somebody could talk to him, or the commissioner of the city could ask him to open up for lunches, close at 3 at night, if he's got parties at night, close.
Even at night, we could do, people want to come off the league, they want to go in, they want to eat, they want to have a cocktail or a beer. I mean, you know,
He ain't gonna give up his parties, you know that.
well, but he doesn't have to if he dedicates his bar area
The day,
to golfers.
the day the big parties are just about over, I think, the big parties, I don't think you're gonna see a lot of people. I wouldn't think, I think that's lost basically for our generation anyways.
We have to make this a priority with this board.
Yeah.
That we're gonna pursue that endeavor.
Well, I'm in favor of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Wasn't the problem always the outings thing? Because Jeff would never, you know, he had like something on
He had
Saturday.
weddings
That
scheduled,
was
he had
always the
parties
big problem,
scheduled.
right?
A year or 2 years in advance, you're not gonna cancel, Country clubs would tell people what dates they have available. They would not interfere with any of they have their tournament scheduled basically a year or 2 years in advance, the dates they're gonna have their events if they need the club.
That was always the problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The main problem really was.
The only thing that Stonebridge has over us is they can accommodate golfers, because the golf course stinks.
Well,
It's terrible.
You know, let me just say something right here, okay? I want every golf course in the area to do great, okay? I want people to play golf. I want them to go wherever they feel they want to go. Just keep Valley View as one of your options. So I could care less what anybody else does, because I know that if this board, and we can get together on one game plan, let everybody do great. God bless you all. Absolutely. I know a lot of these people. They're great people. I want them to survive and do good. I just want to be part of people's thinking that, hey, we're going to play the View this week. And we're going to play Yanni next week. We're going to play, fine, beautiful. Just give us a shot. And when you come here, I want to treat you like gold. I want you to enjoy yourself. This way, when you're golfing with your buddies at another golf course, you know, we had a great time at Valley View. Let's go back next week. That's all I ask for. I want everybody to be friends.
So if we make some kind of, you know, if we need some kind of clubhouse, you're saying, right? And we want to accommodate maybe a larger gathering. I mean, 10 years from now, things are going to be back to normal. We're not going to be living, you know. Yeah, I know. It's not going to be that long before we're back to having big outings, before he's back to having big weddings, and then we're back in the same spot as where we were last year.
We don't have the place.
You can't do an outing because Jeff has a wedding.
Yeah,
So,
we
you know.
need to take control of the facility when the time comes.
Yeah. We got a nice building. I mean, the building's sitting there.
2022.
We need to take control of the facility when the time comes. Or have a major say.
I know, even the old place downstairs, people playing it.
Is that right?
Contract goes to?
I think so, 2022.
I don't
So,
remember.
we couldn't- the outing.
I think it is.
I got it in there.
Well, even if he ran parties,
Now
we could.
Now is the time to plan this stuff
Yes,
for next year.
yes, exactly.
So what we need is for the regular, everyday golfers every day,
You're not
a
going,
place to go in and eat.
we know where you live.
The only place there would be that building.
That's all right.
The only place would be that building up.
We can
not fighting
You're saying right now.
A focus out of here that we're gonna pursue the club facility. No, I'm not babysitting. That's what I feel like I'm doing is babysitting. I want to give the golfers something.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
No, I mean, you got a legal issue, I'll stay. You know,
Hank, did you have, Hank, did you wanna say what you had written down for the,
You know, I think.
What your idea was?
We put it on a sheet and everything, and everybody has a sheet, and
You can
we
email
send
it
it to a
to
line by line or something, you know?
So you email it to everybody.
There's one, I got, you can.
Oh, no, but Mike, you can email us
Yeah,
stuff.
but you should probably have it in a, you know, or look at it, then before you come to a meeting, modify it the way you want it, everything and stuff.
We can get modified and discuss it when we get together. If we have it, we can all look and give you time to think about it.
Yes, right. All right, I can just thank the Mike, and he can figure a way to get everybody. I can't, so
We'll take care of it.
that's all you.
We'll take care of it.
you need somebody to put that in typewritten form,
Yeah.
call me next week or I'll get somebody in my
Put it in
office.
typewritten form.
Either city clerk's office or my office.
Okay, I just want to impress that it's just been a phenomenal year. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this. My wife's threatened to divorce me 20 times already. But you know what it is, just like Tim. And I was talking with Tim's dad one day. You take this to heart. This is like running your own business. This is like I was back in my garage days, running my own business, right, Tim? It's like your name is out there. His name is on those greens, is on those fairways, okay? Our name is in that pro shop, that clubhouse over there. You know, we're the first faces that you see when you come up. So we take it to heart a little bit, you know, and we want to impress upon people that we have a, you know,
Let's
people that
face it,
care.
April 30th of this year, we didn't know we were taking in 100,000.
Exactly.
April 30th, we didn't know we were gonna open. We didn't know we were gonna have a golf course at April 30th this year.
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna make one quick comment. I think that, you know, if we end up with a surplus and all, we really need to budget, Tim, for next year, obviously.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna have a
He
surplus.
gets priority.
So with that in mind, you know, if we have some equipment that we can get now at a deal, I would suggest we get it.
A mini X.
We've been talking about that, like, we already did that last year, and we gotta get one.
Absolutely.
Second of all, while I appreciate all of the golf course and how well we've just played together, it's great. But we should always be looking to improve it. Now, we don't have any manpower to improve it, but there should be small projects every single year that we do, whether we subcontract out under Tim's supervision or the guys, or he hires guys to do it, but we should have a list of projects for that golf course specifically that we're gonna improve upon. Whether it's, well, we have a master plan, but we don't, we won't go
We
there.
have no funds.
But we've never had, but we should at least say, there's projects that are affordable that we can do. Whether it's 2 tee boxes, whether it's, you know, cleaning up that, you know,
Not much with a mini X, you know?
Pardon?
Not much manual labor to give a mini X, that's the beauty of it.
So,
I would say that I'm a
we
golfer,
really should
but I don't know.
identify
I know
some
you did
things
how many years back.
that we want to accomplish to make the golf course better.
I'm not building a queue with a shovel and a pickaxe.
No, absolutely.
I'm just gonna piggyback on that statement because I agree with it, but let me tell you something, because I'm gonna put my controller hat on now, okay? What drives everything is the revenues. So we gotta increase our revenues. We have to have a stream in place, so this way here, he never has to worry about what piece of equipment he's gonna get or how much manpower. But right now, we need to create a course of action that is gonna ensure that he has those revenues to do what he needs to do. And that's where I'm gonna come in on this side of the equation. We gotta increase those revenues. We gotta offer something. We gotta give people more for their money so they enjoy coming here. So that's what I'm gonna focus on right now, that the revenue stream will be here, growing, and this way here, he doesn't ever have to worry about expenses.
Hey, Ron, to your point
And I'm
about,
gonna come up with one, see, you just said it.
Yeah.
We have to give them something to come for. And when you make small improvements every year, they're saying,
But you gotta have the money. You gotta have the pot of money
they
first.
fixed this tee,
there's,
they redid this bunker,
They did this
they,
parking lot.
you know,
Thank
anything that helps
Absolutely.
People
So it goes
say-
hand in hand.
their progress.
It goes hand in hand.
with your point there, this is a point I wanna make about doing projects, okay? Especially with the year when we've been so busy with golf, is that from May until middle of September is not the time to do projects on a golf course.
Right,
I'll say that right
right,
now. We're gonna
right,
disrupt
right.
golf. It is hot and it's dry, we got water, we gotta cut grass.
Right.
Not the time to do projects. The time to do projects is either early spring or late fall.
Right.
You can get some great weather in the fall to do projects when the grass isn't growing and other maintenance is minimal.
Ground's a lot more firmer than it is.
But the problem at Valley View is we have no money and everyone's laid off by second week of October. So to me,
Really? Second week?
yeah,
Oh.
But again, all you're doing is reinforcing the point that's been put on the table. We need that revenue, so you don't have to worry about
This is what
that.
I want to bring up, is that most places who do projects like that have a superintendent and an assistant superintendent. Now, my dad is my pseudo assistant superintendent. He's also 65.
Yeah.
He's also done it his whole life and doesn't want to continue to break his back doing it. I don't want him to break his back. It's not the job that he's supposed to have.
Regarding equipment, some of this, I don't know what you're talking about, but depending on the cost, it might have to be bid.
It probably
Oh,
will.
yeah.
So-
Absolutely.
So there's a,
Process.
We've done that. We've done that.
so I guess sooner than later. So maybe over the winter, whatever you need maybe is acquired, so then we're not scrambling around in May.
John, the
That's
always the best.
books don't close until March 30th.
You're looking at used equipment.
March
you guys got
31st.
the Cash right then and there.
Know what I'm saying?
Right then and there.
Well, no,
You're not
we've
gonna be
been,
able to go to bid
you know,
and all that stuff. They're gonna get.
We won't know how much money we'll have April 1st.
well, I guess you work with, I mean, this gentleman's familiar with that process, the money part. So, I mean, Mike, we bought stuff for the city in the middle of the year. I mean, with transfers or whatever. I mean,
No question.
I think this is
And.
season and calendar driven, so you,
That time, if there's not a lot of snow.
he's gonna need a piece of equipment for the golf season, you sort of gotta
If we have,
I can.
start now to look for it or bid it. I mean,
I have an additional guy. I'm
I
not.
think there's a way to,
Trees in the
there's a way to
winter.
do it. I understand what you're saying.
but if we
There's a
have
legal way to do it.
50 or whatever X thousand surplus, you need a couple of grand to pay somebody for a few weeks.
But you need somebody with
So
a
they gonna
certain,
want the money back that we lost last year? Are they gonna want their money back? And what's that?
well, you're gonna need
Answer that
a person with a certain
to
skill
get
set,
wrapped
is what I'm saying.
You want
You
money
can't
back?
just, you can't just go and get a temp laborer to come out there and be able to have the skill set that you need to be able to accomplish the projects that we want to do.
A good
Like-
group, yeah, absolutely.
You need somebody with a skill set, you know?
Somebody he can say, this is what you need to do right now, I'm gonna go do this.
Well, he has no core. It's just him and his father, the core. I mean, he needs a
I had
core,
always had an
Like we were
assistant.
saying.
I had two assistants
core group of guys
who
that,
worked year round with me. We got a ton of work done in the winter out there. But with just being by myself, I don't get a ton of work
It's not safe
done.
either. So
I just wanted to run that by you. That's why I'm also concerned about revenue, because a year-round employee on the ground staff.
Yep.
Besides myself, is a very important thing to make the improvements.
absolutely. But you gotta have the money first. That's how you get in trouble. So.
Anybody else have anything?
Game plan, I'll pursue on our end and, keep everybody abreast and, I'll make the necessary connections to see what can be done with the facility. But right now, I think that's the way to go, Ryan.
Yeah.
I really do.
Anybody else have anything?
We'll be airifying greens
Yeah.
starting this end of this week, hopefully with the small staff. I don't know how fast we're gonna be able to go, but we're gonna hopefully try to get 9 done by the end of this week. That's our plan, and then finish them beginning of next week.
Okay.
I gotta tell you,
What about your guy? You wanna bring him up or not?
Ooh, what's your guy?
Rich.
Oh yeah, Rich Strand
You gotta
asked
probably
for
go
a
into
raise,
executive. You gotta go into
a
executive.
while ago, and now we're getting basically to the end of the year, but
That's exactly.
Well, at least we're setting him up for next time, for next year.
you know, he's been making minimum wage. His only raise has been the minimum wage raise, and you know, when we hired a new guy this year, the new kid's making the same as the guy who's been here 13 years.
Yeah.
Rich has been a good worker for us, he's reliable, you know, we don't really have many other people besides him, so I think he deserves a raise. I recommend him to make $12.75 next year, give him $1 an hour. That's my
We
recommendation.
could do this now? We could talk about this?
Yeah, you can talk it now.
Hold on. You gotta go into executive session then.
He says no.
I mean, if you just wanna,
That's just my suggestion.
no, I don't think you need executive session for this. I mean, because payroll is
So
always
this would be for next year then?
There's always a public thing.
I mean,
and whether you approve it for next year, or you approve it for now, it doesn't matter.
So it'll be for next year's budget then?
yeah,
Start it now.
it would be a nice bonus.
Not that much starting now, I mean,
Tell the guy we like him. Tell him we appreciate what he's doing.
I know, and they'll be happy.
I
and-
went,
Thursday night, I need 9 holes to be open for one league, so.
yeah, well,
One league.
Are we gonna do this 12.75 now?
if you guys want to, I mean, I think it would be a nice bonus for him, you know, say, hey, Rich, appreciate you.
How long is he gonna be working until?
Another 3 weeks, maybe, month
Okay.
tops.
If you got the money, you can do
Got the money.
Can you do the change sheet
it.
or?
There's a,
There isn't, you just call, like, probably what you're gonna have to do is tell the mayor or tell Heather, somebody, Mike probably, and say, hey,
is there enough money in that budget line?
oh yeah, big time. Cause I didn't have.
He didn't spend no money on people.
Yeah, the money's available.
Then you could, the board can do that right now and
The money's
effective whenever.
It just, Heather needs to know, or
Yeah, you gotta-
Lori, and they tell Express.
Okay,
and there's a pink sheet or whatever, or whatever mechanics.
2, 3, I wanna make a motion on this then. Give them 12,
Yeah, I'll move.
let's start it from now.
Yes, no, second.
Okay. You were on your,
I moved to raise it to,
Okay, I'm-
starting now.
1275.
I'm not gonna vote on this because he's a friend of mine and I don't want, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be 2 to 0 and 1 abstention. That's the only reason I don't, I want to get the money.
He's got a vote. Well, without you, there's no vote.
There's no vote.
Why?
Because we only got 3 board members here, you're one of them.
Yeah, you're on.
Then I gotta vote yes.
So you gotta have at least 3.
All right, I'll vote yes.
Yeah, you voted me down.
You know I voted you down. Should. Okay. All right. Then if anybody else has anything, otherwise we're gonna adjourn this meeting. And we'll have another,
No.
He gets paid every week.
they get paid once a week.
Just let me know when you wanna do it, I'll make sure you got the room and take care of Mr. Augustin over here.
I'll get this.
Thank you.
Get into,
He paid today or
You wanna take this stuff or?
Well, if I can read it.
Yeah.
I mean, still notify, Johnny.
His
I don't
check
even-
this week that he's gonna get without the.
Okay. So you wanna make it effective,
All right, I'll have somebody do this tomorrow.
you wanna make it effective
Can you have them sent out?
Saturday?
I can,
Isn't that in the newspaper and stuff?
yeah, if I know everybody's
Yeah, like,
email
so the hours
address, I'll send it
that
to you, I'll email it to you, you got everybody's?
Pay rate.
I don't know.
I'll email it to you tomorrow.
All right. Okay.
Very good.
All right, guys, thank you. We'll let you know when, we'll have another meeting. We'll discuss the rates. We'll have this printed up
Yeah.
and we'll go from there. I know we have to have the budget in by December 15th. So
They might pan on you that, use their batteries. Or your hand sanitizer thing.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, John.
No problem, take care of it.
I think we're all set.
Thanks, John.
Where do I send the bill for this?
We got plenty, take it out of the budget, we got it all.
Send it to Corporation Council.